Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. Today, we are going to be doing a collective reading and energy update as we always do on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you do feel a resonance here with the channel and with my energy, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. I hope you're all doing really well this week. I hope that you are feeling good, prioritizing yourself, your self-care. I feel that act of self-prioritization is a really strong theme that's been coming through recently because you are reflected in whatever you do. So if, for example, you have a job, your work there is reflecting your energy. If you are a creator of some kind, your creation is a reflection of your energy. So caring first and foremost for your own self and your energy is so essential to whatever you consider to be your path or your purpose here on the planet at this time. And of course, that path and purpose is so unique to each and every one of us. And it's something that only you can know for yourself. I do often say this in these videos, but it's really my goal through these readings and through all of this content to help you become more consciously aware of what your intuition is already speaking to you. So, of course, with that being said, only take the messages from this reading that do resonate intuitively with you and leave the rest here. Okay, so first we have the Angel of Balance in the reverse position. So this can speak to someone feeling really emotionally overwhelmed. Now, when I channel these specific messages, keep in mind this could apply internally, but this also could apply externally as well, meaning there could be someone externally connected to your energy who is feeling emotionally overwhelmed at this time. It's leading them to want to communicate something as well if this is connecting as an external person. But it's almost like I feel someone kind of clamming up whenever they're going to say something, whenever they're going to communicate something. It's almost like the emotions are so overwhelming for this person that it's making it difficult to clearly communicate. We also have the contract card in the upright position. This is my karmic card. So this can speak to this particular person dealing with heavy karmic energies around them. This could be friends, this could be family members, this even could be patterns. So karmic energies don't necessarily have to manifest as specific people or relationships. This could be a pattern of self-sabotaging behavior. This could be a limiting belief system. I feel that the person coming up through this reading is going through some kind of really intense spiritual transformation that is particularly really affecting their crown and third eye chakras, which of course the crown chakra is most connected with the divine and our higher self, and the third eye is most connected with our own intuition. So this is someone who is finding their mind radically opened in new ways that may be playing into why they're feeling a little bit overwhelmed here. But what I'm getting is at this time, they're really working on grounding themselves, on stabilizing this very intense energy. And we have door to value in the upright, not the reverse position, flying out of the deck here. So this is someone who is, if it's someone external, they're really seeing your value and worth, and they're also really wanting to establish something with you for the long term. And the word realization is coming out. So this might be a realization that this person is having, that they do want something with you for the long term. And with the third eye chakra reversed at the bottom of the deck, they might be realizing that they were ignoring their intuition for a really long time when it came to that. So they may have been telling themselves that they were, I don't know why I'm hearing, they may have told themselves they were being childish or illogical or immature for wanting something long-term with you. Maybe something about it feels kind of like a fantasy. There might be certain aspects of your connection that feel illogical from a 3D human perspective for some reason. And yet this person is having the realization that quite simply they don't care how illogical it might seem from a physical perspective, that they want to be with you. I keep hearing the words, I want to be with you, coming from this person. So again, for most of you at this point in the reading, this is going to be some kind of external person or situation connected with you. I have the card, I really do care, even though I don't show it. So this is someone who tends to really struggle to show and verbalize and communicate their emotions. I'm hearing that they ironically feel more than most people around them, but show less on an emotional level. So while they're actually a very sensitive person, in fact, more sensitive than most people that you would run into or most people around them, they do a better job of hiding those emotions and hiding those sensitivities than most people around them. Now, I'm getting when it comes to you, you may be feeling confused by this person. It's almost like on one level, spiritually, on a deep level, you know how this person feels, but because of how difficult it is for them to communicate those feelings in a physical, verbal, conscious way, you find yourself at times questioning whether this person really does care from a human perspective. So it's like there is a conflict here internally for the person I'm channeling into, because it's almost like on one level, your intuition has this rock solid knowing that this is someone who really deeply cares about you and wants to be with you for the long term. But on another level, it's very easy to wonder or to doubt how they're really feeling, because they can be very difficult to read in physical human terms. I'm specifically getting something about this person's face and how they might hide or disguise some of their facial expressions, or kind of try to hold back how they're feeling so that they're unreadable when someone looks at them. So that might be something that you have been dealing with when it comes to this specific person. And I'm getting as well that for the person I am picking up on who is connecting with this video today, you are someone who's really raised your standards around love and connection. So you really hold the standard for open, authentic communication, for someone physically, verbally showing you and communicating to you how they feel. Because what I'm getting is, and this is a bit of a more so overarching message, perhaps from your guides or from your higher self, about how you are so intuitive. And I've done a video before on the channel about how you're so intuitive, it makes dating hard at times, because you are capable of reading so clearly, almost as though it's literally being shown to you physically, even when it's not, but you're able to read when someone deeply loves you and cares about you, and when you can sense those waves of energy coming off them from a spiritual perspective, but sometimes from a human physical perspective, that's not being shown to you. And therefore, you can end up in situations where other people will wonder why you stay so long in certain connections or relationships when you may feel as though you're not being treated with the respect you deserve, or why you can tell that someone cares about you when they're not showing it physically. And it's because your intuition is accurate and you're able to use it in such a fluid way at this point on your spiritual path that you don't always even realize that you're reading people. It's almost like you're reaching a point in your soul's evolution where your intuition has almost become this literal extension of what's happening in the 3D world. So you can read people so easily that it's almost as though it becomes difficult to distinguish whether that was something you read telepathically from that person, or whether it's something they actually said to you or actually communicated to you. And so, of course, when it comes to love and relationships, so often you can pick up how someone cares about you and loves you and wants to be with you energetically, even when your human self is feeling betrayed or hurt or unsupported. And so I'm getting that a huge part of your journey recently has been to show up for and support and to no longer abandon your own human physical self for the sake of what you are picking up on spiritually or intuitively, to really allow yourself to exclusively let in connections that really support you on that physical human level and not just on the spiritual and energetic level, because you incarnated here as a human to have this physical human life earth experience that is supposed to be wonderful and pleasurable and beautiful and creative for you. And you are neglecting your ability to have that experience when you put yourself in positions where you are living and loving exclusively based on what you're getting from someone energetically, when it's not showing up for you in a tangible, concrete, physical kind of way. And so much about your journey recently has been about bridging the spiritual with the material, and specifically being honest with yourself about what your human self needs, what you need to feel loved and cared for and supported physically, what you need even from life generally to live that wonderful life experience that you came here to live, and allowing yourself to open the sacral chakra and step into that place of reception where you can receive those physical manifestations of love, support, abundance, etc., that allow you to have a foundation for everything else in your life, for your soul's mission and purpose, for whatever you are doing or creating here on earth. Because another message for someone listening is that you have a very spiritual, important mission here on the planet at this time. And it requires you to be physically loved, cared for, supported in certain ways. It requires a really high degree of respect from people who connect with you, from people who are part of your life. And so your spirit guides, the divine, essentially is cutting out things and people in your life that are not reciprocating with you, that are not fully supporting you, because your mission is so important, because you came here to do something so grand, and you cannot fully carry out that mission when your human self is feeling ungrounded and unsupported. So I know that was kind of a big download, and I don't know who that's going to connect with, but I really hope that reached you if it was for you. So I went to see if I can channel more information on this. Once again, we have the contract card in the upright position. So this time, this card is sitting on the third eye chakra. And what this tells me is something is becoming very clear to you. You are seeing something very clearly. In fact, even just within the last 24 to 48 hours of finding this reading, you may have had a sudden moment of clarity where it's almost as though some kind of fog lifted and you saw something in a new light. Now, of course, this will be different from person to person, but I'm getting that this may be seeing something clearly that has been self-limiting or has held you back, whether it's a connection, a relationship, a friendship, a belief pattern, a person in your life, an environment. There's something that you may have realized has been limiting your potential artificially, of course, because you are truly unlimited at the core. But there's something that's been holding you back from truly reaching your highest potential that is becoming very clear. And to people on the outside, this might look like a sudden change where you suddenly go in a new direction or suddenly cut something out of your life or start something new. But this has not been new necessarily. Although it looks that way to people externally, this is something that has actually been a long time in the making. Yes, the realization, the clarity might be hitting all at once, but there's been such a buildup here to this moment. Now, while this might look different for everyone, I am getting that for someone listening, this may somehow be related to who or what you allow to have energetic access to you. So for someone listening, you may have allowed certain people, a person, groups of people to have access to you or to personal information about you or to something related to you. And you may not have realized that allowing certain people access to you was actually draining your energy in the process, and that it may have been time to close certain doors, energetically speaking, to allow yourself to focus in more singularly and wholeheartedly on something that really lights you up or feeds your soul or brings you energy, brings you joy. Because again, I'm just getting the sense there may have been certain people, things, or connections that were draining you in some way. So I will say that part of this is there are many people engaging with you and interacting with you in the quantum realm who are not reaching out physically. And this can be very distracting to you emotionally and energetically because of how intuitively guided and gifted you are. So even when someone isn't necessarily reaching out to you or speaking to you physically, you can feel them at times pulling on your energy, and this can actually drain you. So some of these individuals might be showing up in your dreams, having conversations in dreams with you, which, by the way, these are not pure imaginings of the mind. If this is happening to you, this is essentially this person's soul or higher self communicating to you in these dreams, and yet they may not necessarily be taking action physically. In fact, they might be trying to, in essence, manifest you to reach out to them or to communicate with them by coming to you in these dreams, whether they're doing this consciously or not, because in the majority of cases, people manifest you in this way completely unconsciously. It happens simply because they're thinking really heavily about you, and those thoughts tend to be charged with a lot of emotion, which causes the energy to be transmitted even faster and even more clearly. And that is being received by you subconsciously and manifesting itself in your dreams, in your thoughts, in your meditations. And so essentially, this is what sometimes causes you to just start suddenly thinking or feeling strong things about someone and wanting to reach out to them without really fully understanding why. And I'm getting there might be at least one person who is doing that to you at this time. But this is someone who underappreciated you when they were in your life, with the appreciation card reversed. And they're now going through an ego death with the thinking man in the reverse position. This is someone who isn't approaching you because with the thinking woman reversed, they're not sure how you would receive them, which is why they are utilizing these other more subconscious avenues to connect with you, because this is someone who is extremely unsure how you would respond to communication from them physically. I will say with deceit reversed, this represents this person coming into some kind of truth or wanting to share some truth with you. There is some truth that is coming to light, and I strongly feel the truth coming to light is coming to light in this person's life or in their mind. So this is something that this person is realizing that they did not realize in the past. They want to compromise or come to peace with something. They want there to be peace or good terms between the two of you. So this may be someone, whether it's platonic or romantic, that you may have ended on poor terms with in the past. So for whoever this is, I want to know what this person wants to communicate. We have the Two of Wands in the upright position. So this is someone who thought that the grass was greener on the other side, so to speak. This may be someone that ran from your connection or who walked away on an impulse. They may feel as though they acted very impulsively. They may have even jumped into some kind of other connection that they're now realizing is highly karmic, but initially it looked really good on the surface. They feel like they were fooled or tricked by something in their life, which again could have been a connection that came into their life that ended up being very karmic. And somehow this person is doing comparisons mentally where they're now realizing what they had with you was so much better. This is someone feeling as though they were really reckless and weren't really seeing the bigger picture in how they behaved towards you, with the Temperance card reversed and with the Magician upright. Yeah, this is our confirmation that if this is resonating for you, this is someone trying to manifest you back into their life, but they seem to be doing it again silently, subconsciously, not giving you any signs of this in the physical realm. I feel pride may actually be getting in this person's way when it comes to approaching you physically. They may be too proud to be the first one to reach out and admit that they acted recklessly, admit that they thought the grass was going to be greener on the other side and it wasn't. This is someone who is not wanting to be in regret over losing you anymore and wanting to start something again for the long term. With the Seven of Pentacles upright, this is a very perseverant energy. So part of why this person might be showing up in dreams or in your visualizations, if you meditate and visualize, or just popping up in your thoughts, is because this is someone who's actually been sending you energy for a while now. It's just beginning to consciously be received by you, and it's starting to manifest itself in those ways. So very interesting messages coming through here. I don't feel like this is necessarily going to connect with everyone. So of course, only take it as a sign of confirmation if this is something that you've already been experiencing. But I want to know what else I can channel for the beautiful souls tuned in to today's collective reading. What else can I channel here in the reading today? Okay, so we have the card fear, darkness, hesitation, insecurity. Know that you are protected. Who is feeling fearful? I want to know if this is you or someone connected to you. Appreciate. They appreciate you. See the blessings. Practice appreciation. So someone both appreciates you, feels deeply connected to you, and also feels afraid. They are also pulling up the card mystery. So magic, intrigue, suspense. You're entering unknown territory. This is someone who finds your energy extremely mysterious. So it's like while they are appreciating it, I would almost say they seem to be mesmerized by it on some level. They're also feeling as though it's a very mysterious energy that they can't fully wrap their mind around. It's almost like you are an enigma to them. You seem to be unknowable to this person. I'm hearing on one hand, they feel that they know you so well. And on the other hand, they feel like they're never going to fully have you figured out. And this person really admires all of that depth about you as well. It's very unique to them. It's like nothing they've seen in any other person that they've interacted with. And yet the regret card is coming up here as well. So this is a person feeling regret either for things that may have happened in the past with this connection, if this is someone from your past, or feeling regret in their life generally. They might just be in a generalized state of regret. We have the card solitude. So this is someone who has been spending a lot of time alone. For some reason, I saw someone driving. So they might spend a lot of time driving alone. Maybe that's their commute to work, or just a time when they are very much introspecting, very much in their head. What else is going on with this person's energy? Okay, so we have balance, but it's in the reverse position. So I am picking up a very strong masculine energy from this person. That won't necessarily be the case for everyone. But if this is a masculine energy, this is someone who feels very disconnected from their feminine, meaning they may have a lot of really strong masculine presence around them as well, whether it's in their work environment, their social group, their family structure, influences around them. And they really are craving that passion, that creativity, that emotional connectedness that comes from the feminine energy. And they've been really disconnected from that feminine energy within themselves as well, because we all do have a balance of the feminine and masculine energies within each of us. But I'm feeling that if you are resonating here more so with your feminine energy, this is someone who's been really missing you as well. It's almost like, it's strange to say and hard to put into words, but it's almost like they see you as this physical embodiment of their internal feminine energy that they've been so disconnected from. And that's part of why this person is so heavily thinking about you and craving your presence, is what I'm getting here, because it's almost like they see you as this reflection of what they've been lacking within themselves, what they're craving within themselves. So wow, very intense messages coming out right at the end of this reading. But in the extended version of the reading, we will be taking a closer look at this specific person coming up here, what they are thinking or feeling at this time, as well as any messages they might have for you. Also, in the extended reading, I will be channeling into anyone or anything else that might be connected to your energy at this time, as well as any other messages that want to come through. So if you would like to join our beautiful soul tribe on Patreon to access all of the extended readings that we do here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, the link to do so is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. For now, I'm going to be reading from the Rumi Oracle card, Sacred Union. So let's get a message from the guidebook for this. And the guidebook says, only the oneness of love and the lover is eternal. Surrender your heart into this union, for all else in the world is momentary. Rumi. This oracle comes with a particular piece of guidance for you. No matter what has been, what has succeeded and what has appeared to fail, what has been loved and what has been lost, there is only one truth that will prevail in your life, without failure, without exception, and that is love. It is all you are truly seeking, and it is behind every life experience seeking you. Do not stand back from it. Do not put yourself aside, turn down your eyes, and pretend you cannot be seen by the world. Be bold. Claim the love that is your divine birthright, and know that sacred union is yours, destined in the heavens and blessed by the great beloved. So that feels like a beautiful place to close the reading today. Thank you so much for tuning in and, of course, for sharing your own unique high vibrational energy with the channel. I am sending you all so much love today. If you do feel a resonance here, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself, where I post more inspiration, information, and energy updates. I hope you all have a beautiful remainder of your week, and I will connect with you here again in Friday's reading.